Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cup Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic Friday, wherever you are around the world. Hopefully, everyone's prepared for a good weekend. Hopefully, the Reds can add to that by beating Nottingham Forest this weekend. 3 o'clock kickoff, which is not the best to try and watch the game, but still, look, the Reds hopefully will bring home 3 points tonight, or not tonight, tomorrow anyway, and of course, keep the momentum going ahead of a busy week for us. Of course, we've got Forest, then we've got the Europa League, and then we've got that big, massive, huge game against Manchester City, which again, that is probably the title decider in many people's views. Again, I think there's obviously still a long way to go in terms of this title race, but again, when you do look at it, you would say that again, it's most likely that will be the game that will change things this season as well. But again, let me know all of you are in the comment section down below. Of course, we'll speak through Jurgen's press conference, and we'll take a look at the head-to-heads between the two teams and talk a little bit about Forest as well, and all that good stuff as well. But big up George, hopefully doing well, mate. Saying Connor, mate, as well. Hello, George, you little rat. Hopefully doing well. Anyway, but yeah, no, again, Forest away. We all remember what it was like last year. Wasn't the best. I could even impress as well. Hopefully doing well, mate. It was absolutely horrific last season. Again, just having to think back to that game for this show just brought back so many terrible memories, because last season I think we just beat Manchester City 1-0 at Anfield, and then the next week we dropped points against Forest in a game where we absolutely battered them for 90 minutes and didn't come away with anything. And it was obviously the the tail of the tape last season of what Liverpool were like. Batter teams sometimes lose either way, and that was the unfortunate thing of Liverpool last year. But obviously, this season's gotten a lot better in that sense as well. But yes, Brian did drop points, which is huge for the title race. There again, I think now Leverkusen, if they win tomorrow, I think can go. Is it 11 points clear now officially? I'm not too sure as well, but still, again, not the best from Bayern Munich. I'm surprised Thomas Tuchel isn't already gone by tonight, but still, of course, he is going to be going at the end of the season at Bayern. Obviously, they want Alonso, but still, I don't think he'll go there, in my honest opinion, but we'll have to wait and see. But again, if Leverkusen win tomorrow, they look very good to win the Bundesliga title, which again they deserve, because again they've been the best team in Europe in terms of probably apart from Liverpool. They've been the best team in Europe this season in terms of when you watch them play, they've been brilliant. And there's Xavi Alonso as well, but again, hopefully we see that next season. Fingers crossed. Anyway, but going back to the Forest game, obviously let's have a look at the head-to-heads between Liverpool and Forest. As you can see in the Premier League, anyway, well, I say Premier League, the more recent memory, I should say, of course, it is 3-1 for Liverpool. Of course, Forest getting that win last season. Again, I don't want to speak about that game in particular, but of course, Liverpool winning the FA Cup 2 seasons ago. Last season, we lost to them 1-0 away. We beat them 3-2 at Anfield. I was at this game between Liverpool and Forest this season, where we won 3-0. I believe it was Mo, Diogo, and Darwin that got the goals in that game as well. Pretty comfortable game as well. But again, when you look at that and you look at the league table as well, as you can see on the right-hand side, again, Forest 24 points. Obviously, Everton getting that points back, which of course moved them up the table. But Forest, if Luton got a run of games together, Forest would definitely be in a very bad position. They are in a bad position now. Of course, letting go of Steve Cooper, which at the time I did think that was a bit harsh. Personally, I thought he did a very good job at Forest. I thought again the fact he got Taiwo Awoniyi to very good figures in the Premier League, considering a lot of people didn't really rate him when they signed him back last season. And I think again, when you're throwing 30 odd players at a manager, it's always going to be difficult for him to get them into the team. Obviously, now we know that Forest are, I think, struggling with financial fair play, and obviously they've brought in Nuno Espirito Santos to change things around. But I did think that Steve Cooper did get dismissed, I think, a bit unfairly, I think, earlier on in the season. Again, I haven't watched Forest week in, week out. Don't get me wrong. There'll be people out there that will know a lot more than me, and will know whether or not the general players changed between Steve Cooper and Nuno. But what I saw at Anfield all those months ago, it was a team that didn't really have a clue what they were doing in terms of defending, in terms of attacking. Again, though, when you're having a goalkeeper in Matt Turner in goal, it's not very good, is it? To be fair to him, he's not the best goalkeeper around anyway. But again, as I quickly tapped the wrong thing, let me know your guys' thoughts on Forest as well, because they have the players there. Again, Morgan Gibbs-White, I think, could definitely move to a top team next summer for sure. Taiwo Awoniyi as well. Obviously, the big Divock Origi, again for me the best Liverpool legend of all time. But no, again, they've got Divock there as a super sub. I think, as Jurgen mentioned in today's press conference, they have so much good going forwards. Like you look at Manchester United, and obviously Elanga, the fact that he's gone, I think they let go of him for, what was it, 6 mil, something like that. And the fact that they let him go and kept hold of Anthony is ridiculous. I do really think that as well, because I don't know how Anthony's still at that football club personally. Anyway, but again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. But Press saying that 1-0 over City last season probably was the best game we had played against City under Klopp. Maybe I would probably say no. I think both ties in the Champions League, I think that was one of the best Liverpool, and when we beat them as well at Anfield, I think that was the best games anyway. But Mark saying, but there are times this season we should have been beating teams and gotten the points to put us ahead. We have to hope teams mess up around us, and we have a lot of hard games in a short space. Yeah, 100%. I think if we look at, but quickly go and have a look at Liverpool's run of fixtures coming up. Again, we've got Forest tomorrow, Sparta Prague then on Thursday, City then on Sunday, Sparta Prague then again on the Thursday. We've got Manchester United in the Cup, and then the international break. So you look at the next 5 games for Liverpool, it is a tough run of fixtures to go through. And then I think you even look after the international break, we've got Brighton at home, Sheffield at home, United away, and then Palace at home in the league. So it's the next couple of games are crucial though for Liverpool, because I think if we do beat Manchester City again tomorrow, massively impacts what I'm about to say, because Liverpool have to win tomorrow for what I'm about to say to make sense. But against City, if we beat Forest and we beat Manchester City, Liverpool then, for me, are clear favourites for the Premier League title. Because how many times have we said throughout the years when Liverpool have lost the league by a point, saying that, oh, if we had taken 3 points against City, we'd be Premier League champions. And that's the annoying fact around it, where, obviously the 1 point or the 2 points. But I think that game in particular is going to be so crucial. Whoever wins that game will go on to win the Premier League, I think, whether that be Liverpool or Manchester City. If it's a draw, then again, who knows who's going to win it. But yeah, I think whoever wins that game at Anfield, I think will win the Premier League. And that's my honest opinion. I think if City beat us, I think City go on to win the Premier League. I think if we beat City, we then go on to win the Premier League. And that is my honest opinion as well. But get your score predictions as well, and guys, for the Forest game, your start 11 predictions as well, and all that good stuff. Press going 4-0 to Liverpool. Hopefully, Press, hopefully. But saying, do we go strong or do we try and rest players? go strong, in my opinion. You want about Forest? I would go strong. Again, it's a league game. You have to win this game. It's going to be tough. Again, don't get me wrong. When I just read the Liverpool have won the majority out of the majority of the games against Forest. It's 3 o'clock away from home against a relegation side or like a team fighting to avoid relegation. It's going to be tough tomorrow. It's not going to be easy. No, I don't think a game in the Premier League is easy these days. But for me, tomorrow will be hard because we know as Liverpool supporters, we know that everyone has their best game of the season against Liverpool. We do. It happens every week at the minute. So yeah, tomorrow it's going to be difficult, and I think that Liverpool need to be on their A game from minute one. If we can go 2 or 3-0 up and rest a few players, I think that will be the hope and dream. Whether or not there'll obviously be a few players returning, we'll get onto that in a minute. But again, we'll have to just wait and see in that sense as well. Press says 3 fixtures got changed again today. Palace at home, United away, and Sheffield at home as well. Yep, they did. Liverpool v Palace on Sunday at 2 o'clock at Sky Sports. And Man United Liverpool is on 3:30 on a Sunday as well. Yeah, I think I'm for policing, didn't it again, which ridiculous. This is Press's team anyway. Keller, Bradley, Canate, Van Dijk, Robbo, Endo, Mack and Elliott, Gakpo, Dans and Diaz. Wouldn't be against that, I'm not going to lie. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Scus is in as well, big up saying 2-0 for us as well. But I'll get on to what Jurgen Klopp had to say about injuries, of course. Good news in a certain sense, of course. Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that Darwin Núñez and Dominic Szoboszlai are back in training and are in contention to face Forest, with Taro Endo and Andy Robertson set to train today as well. Of course, both of them were out due to illness, which again is a good sign as well. So again, having Darwin back, having Zobo back as well is a massive bonus for Liverpool's midfield. Obviously, the big worry for Darwin Núñez now that he's fit and ready is, of course, the yellow cards. He needs to not have one this weekend. Otherwise, he's going to have a too-much ban, which against City, he could probably take because he'll miss the United game in the FA Cup. And I think he misses... What other game would he miss if he was to take that? He would miss... I don't know what he would. No, you would miss. Yeah, you miss United in the cup, and then you miss Brighton after the international break. So maybe we can get away with it with that. But again, just don't get a yellow card, Darwin, please, as well. But that's the hopeful one. Anyway, is the fact that again Darwin's back, Szoboszlai's back. I'd expect both of them to be on the bench though tomorrow. I don't expect them to start. More so Darwin I expect to be on the bench. Szoboszlai might get a surprise a start, but I really doubt it. I don't think Jurgen Klopp wants to rush these two back after seeing, of course, Trent coming back, and obviously Trent's going to be out over the international break, and obviously Mo as well came back too soon. So again, hopefully Jurgen Klopp is second guessing himself in terms of not bringing them on and rushing them back anyway. But speaking of Mo, as for again what Jurgen Klopp said, Mohamed Salah not ready for Nottingham Forest, but is not too far off. Jurgen Klopp says should be back next week. So another massive bonus for Liverpool having Mo back next week. Might probably be on the bench for Sparta Prague, but definitely I think back for Manchester City, which again is a massive bonus for us because again the squad is looking a bit thin, especially when we talk about the midfields, especially obviously with Ryan Gravenberch out until the international break by the looks of things. Again, hopefully, we get some good news in the next couple of weeks as well with the certain injuries. But to have Szoboszlai, Darwin and Mo back, hopefully next week for sure, is massive news for the Manchester City game. And I think that if we was to say right now, I think all three of them start for Liverpool next week if they're given the all clear and all go. I think that hopefully a nice, relaxed, chill, freshly regenerated Mo Salah absolutely batters Manchester City. Anyway, fingers crossed. But yeah, hopefully that is the case as well. But let me know your guys' thoughts on Mo and Sobo, and obviously Darwin coming back to the team as well. I'm sure the rest will do all they can to, yeah, 100% mark it. You already know. Again, I'm going to quickly have a look who the referee is for the Forest game. Because I was meant to have a look earlier on and I completely forgot. Who is the referee for the game? Paul Tierney, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh no, we're not winning tomorrow, we chat. Oh, bloody hell! But Preston and Connor, I know the game is in a week away, but do we do what we did last season? Use Gomez centre back v City and drop the high line? No, I don't think we do. Excuse me. I think I think we keep to be honest though, I think we may keep the same. We keep the same back four as well. We'll most likely play tomorrow. In Connor Bradley, Ibu Kanate, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson. I think that's the likely back four, but I wouldn't be against using Joe Gomez. I think Joe Gomez has been, like I said last week, probably Liverpool's best defender apart from Virgil van Dijk. But again, that's obviously something to think about next week as well. But Salah ready for City, hopefully. Fingers crossed. A rejuvenated Salah v City. Again, love it. For him to turn Ake inside out, and that City defense would be magical. Yeah, Paul Tierney for the game. Tierney had an A game last night. To be fair, I don't really care. Like again, having Paul Tierney as manager, not manager, sorry, as referee is abysmal. I hate him. Like he's so bad. There's certain referees that are just awful. The one for the League Cup finals won. Paul Tierney's won. Simon Hooper's won. He doesn't referee anymore, but Mike Dean, again, all about self in that sense. Again, you can have sound referees and you can. And there's definitely sound referees refereeing in the Premier League, but the majority of them are idiots when it comes to officiating. They just are. But City hate being pushed back. They do as well. Well, look at it when Liverpool in the reverse game when we actually got at City. And you look at games so far this season, the City have drawn or they've lost. They've really struggled on counterattacks. Again, I think that they've conceded, I think, the most counterattack goals in the Premier League, or like the counters per 90 stat that they've conceded the most from, which is ridiculous when you actually look at it and you think about that Manchester City team. But they have the ball so much that on the counter they are vulnerable. Same as Liverpool in some sense. Like you look at us, time in, time out, where we massively struggle sometimes, but still, that's just the way we're going this season, and we've been able to win games by that. Going back and forth. Look at Southampton in the FA Cup the couple of nights ago. Like again, that was a back and forth game, and we managed to do what we do and just kill the game off. And that's what Liverpool have practically done this season. Is where in the second half, in particular, where last season we couldn't really capitalize on pressure and what we was actually creating. This season we've done it brilliantly, where we were probably crap for the majority of the first 45 minutes, and then second half come out completely different team and just kill games off, which again is really, really good in that sense as well. But again, that's what wins you trophies at the end of the day. Talia Albin as well, good evening Gary, hopefully doing well, mate. 1-1 at the Etihad is so more massive still. So much more massive. 100%. Again, getting any points away for the big teams is massive for any title hopes. Even Gary as well says Mark. For me though, guys, again, get your score predictions and get your start 11 predictions in the comments. I think for terms of starting 11, I think for me, I'm going to go what am I going to go? I'm going to go Keller in goal. It'll be Connor Bradley right back. It'll be Ibu, Virgil, and Robbo. It will be Endo. It will be Maka. And I think Bobby Clark. I think Bobby Clark gets his first start in the Premier League. I don't know why he does in my head, but I think Bobby Clark starts for Liverpool. Then go Harvey Elliott on the right, Cody Gakpo, and then Luis Diaz. Which, by the way, I want to give a massive shout out to Luis Diaz. I saw a stat earlier where in the last 20 games before, I think in his last 5, he's got 5 goal involvements. And then previous to that, I think it was 20 games where he only got 4 goal involvements. He's really stepped up his game the last couple of weeks, especially in that cup final. Was immense. Just ran everywhere, and obviously not even that. Just like that, just in general, the last couple of weeks and months, he's been really, really good. Lucho has been so. Hopefully, it is a turn for Lucho where now he's scoring and assisting on a more consistent basis. Fingers crossed, but he's been immense the last couple of weeks for sure as well. But hopefully, and fingers crossed, we can get the win tomorrow as well. I'm also going to go Liverpool 2-1 tomorrow. I think it's going to be a nail biter. I think Liverpool, it's going to be one of those ones where we're going to be nervous for the last 10 minutes of the game. But yeah, I'm going to go Liverpool 2-1 to win. Anyway, I'm not going to say who's going to score first, but yeah, 2-1 Liverpool I'm going for tomorrow. But would be nice to see United take points off of City and then Arsenal do the same. We've spoken about this in the chat, me and the boys, and the best thing for Liverpool in terms of the title race is for obviously United to take points off City, but I can't see it personally. Obviously, Arsenal and City both play each other, and the best thing for Liverpool in this title race would be if they both got each other in the Champions League. If Arsenal and City got themselves in the Champions League, that takes then their focus completely off of that, and Liverpool hopefully can take pure advantage off of it. And that's the hopeful dream. Will it happen? I'm not so sure because, again, Man City always have the easiest ties in the Cups. So we'll just have to wait and see. But Mark won't happen if United go to the Etihad to play. They're getting battered. Yeah, I would agree as well. I'd seen, is it Ten Hag crying about Bruno Fernandes and fouls? Again, I don't know why he's doing that because barely fouled. That's actually proven by stats as well. We can always dream. Yeah, we can. Again, it's not out of the realms of possibility that United might shock City. Like they've done it before. Like was it when City would go? Was it the 100-point season where United beat them at the Etihad and they were 2-0 down. They come back in the second half and won 3-2. Like they've done it before, but I look through that United team. And I just think one goal goes in and they just lose their heads. We've seen it in Anfield. We've seen it plenty of times. We'll probably see it in the FA Cup when we beat them there. Their heads just go downhill straight away. It's an absolute abysmal team. And again, and you think about it, that's all they do is moan and cry and this, that, and the other. Like, you look at Rashford and Rashford back 4 or 5 years ago was being considered as one of the best players in the Premier League, or going to be one of the best players in the Premier League. You look at him now; he's awful. Anthony, awful. Højlund's now getting a bit of form, but still, they're relying so much on young people. It's ridiculous. But still, I'm glad the United are absolutely bottling it. Anyway, but do you start Dom? I'm going 3-1. Would be nice. Not concede first. Again, yeah, that would be nice if we don't. Do I see Dom starting? No. I don't see Dom or Darwin starting personally, but again, Jurgen could completely shock us because, like he said, in the press conference, he doesn't have a clue who's starting tomorrow. So we may get a Dominic Szoboszlai start, and hopefully, if we do, he's 100% fit. And that's a massive fingers crossed anyway. But that 17-18 City was overrated. They're much better these days with Haaland. Just everyone has got better these days. Yeah, I would agree in some sense, but still, again, 100 points in the Premier League press is ridiculous, isn't it? So again, fair play to them. But again, hopefully, we send Jurgen off with a quadruple this season. Anyway, but yeah, for me, guys, I'm gonna go 2-0 Liverpool. 2-0, 2-1 Liverpool. Sorry, it's gonna be close. Again, I'm fully expecting Divock Origi to come on and cause havoc against us because I don't think we've seen Divock that much neither. But again, they've got really good quality in Awoni and Gibbs White as well, which again we'll see tomorrow anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. And to answer Press comment as well, can we get 100 points? I'll actually let you know now. Can we get 100 points? I don't think we can off the top of my head. What points are we on? 60, and we've got 12 games left. So by that, no. Yeah, no. The most we can get is 96 points this season. If he was to win every game from now until the end of the season, 96 max is what we can get. So unfortunately not. We can't get 100 this year, but yeah, this is the 96 max, which again, I think that the league this season, I think you can win the league by, if you got over 85 points, I think you win the league this year. Hopefully, but we normally say this: if you get over 92 or 97, you normally win the frigging league title. But yeah, still, I'm not mad. But City before the Luton game struggled to get points, 100%. I think we end on 89. Could do as well. Again, why not get the 96? That's gonna bloody beat everyone anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 guys as well. If you're watching on the repeat as well, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. I'm gonna go. Who am I gonna go? I'm gonna go Luis Diaz, and I'm going to go Virgil van Dijk to get Liverpool's goals. That's what I'm going to go for. Obviously, Press gone 4-0. Again, if you're watching on the repeat, let me know your guys' thoughts as well. Big up to Philip as well, saying I'm going for another clean sheet. So I say 2-0. I love the confidence, lads. I do think it's going to be very close, though. I do really, really think that. Again, hopefully, though, Liverpool, we absolutely annihilate them and we can make substitutions and so on anyway. But I'll be back tomorrow with a post-match, probably after the game. We will be. So it'll be about 5 o'clock, 5:30, somewhere around there. We'll be live tomorrow. So make sure you have your notifications on. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well, guys. Anyway, but hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of your Friday. Of course, if you're a sports person, obviously Formula One is back this weekend as well, which is great for me in that sense as well. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching that tomorrow as well as Liverpool. Hopefully we'll beat Forest, and again, hopefully we'll extend the gap at the top of the Premier League and put pressure onto Arsenal and to Manchester City anyway. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I see you guys in a bit. Ta-ra.